Hey guys, my name is Beverly. I want to come on here and do another pregnancy update. This one is going to cover everything that happened in weeks 34 and 35. So at 34 weeks, I had my OB appointment, which would be my last OB appointment going every 2 weeks. And so my next one would be at 36 weeks. And then from there, it's once a week until the very end. So it's getting pretty close. So at the 34-week appointment, they do a test, which I knew that they were going to do that day anyway. But they do a test for bacterial. And they said that some women carry it and some women don't. It's not harmful to us. But they said if I did come back and it was positive, that at delivery at the hospital, they would give me like an antibiotic for the baby. Because when you deliver the baby, he would have the bacteria on him, and that it's not safe for the baby the first day because then I guess their immune system or whatever is not built up like ours. So they did a vaginal and rectum swab, and they said that at the next appointment, they would tell me whether it was positive or negative, but either way, not to worry about it. That if it was positive, it was completely normal. It's, pretty common. And if it was negative, then obviously don't worry about it either, because then I wouldn't have any antibiotics at my delivery at the hospital. So they did that, which was important. And then pretty much it was just everything else was like standard OB stuff. I remember I had to do like lab work, which is just a urine sample where they test like your sugar, your levels, blood pressure, weight. They check the heart rate of the baby, of course, which was normal. And everything else was normal, just like has been in the past, thank God. So that was great. And then I talked about it in my last video, but around like the 33rd week, I believe it started happening, I started to get a lower back pain on my lower left side. I don't know what exactly I did to cause it. I think it maybe was just happened with a few different things I did. And then obviously being pregnant and there's weight. And your joints are moving and so many things are just changing within your body. And then I kind of had a bad back anyways. I've had issues in the past where I've had herniated disc and just sore back and just like strained muscles and things like that. So anyway, so I was still dealing with a back issue, and it actually had got really, really bad. And whenever I happened to be at the OB appointment, I told her about it, that I've had it basically for a week now. Because I remember I went to that OB appointment, I believe, on a Wednesday. And I think the last Wednesday before that is when it started to hurt. So it had been one solid week of like just pain, basically. Anyway, so I told her about it. I kind of told her I don't know what I did exactly. I just kind of started hurting, and then it got worse. I had been in the chiropractor for an adjustment. I went to get an actual massage from my chiropractor as well. And nothing really helped. Like I was still in a lot of pain, and it was just one certain area. And so she said that she could prescribe me a muscle relaxer, which I've never taken one before. And so she just said maybe that like I'm so like tense basically, and that my muscles are like so tight and constrained that if I had a muscle relaxer, at least I would be able to sleep really good, and then it might help like the pain. But she said it definitely would take time just to kind of like ease off on its own. And she said, obviously, since I'm pregnant and I've never taken muscle relaxers before, only take it at night. Take one a day, and obviously take them at night. That way you're not driving, you're not at work, you're not like out doing something in case they make you like really sleepy and drowsy feeling. And so, which is a pretty common feeling, I'm sure, with muscle relaxers. So she prescribed me, I think, enough for like a week. I think it was like 5 or 7 pills. Went right after, got my prescription filled, went about my day like normal. And then came home later that evening, like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. I took the muscle relaxer. I didn't really feel sleepy from it. I think I went to bed at like my normal time, which was probably 10, 11 at that point, I think, because I had to work the next day. And so I remember waking up the next day, which would have been a Thursday, and I was in worse pain than I was the day before and the day before that. Like it was like it just was a lot worse feeling. I remember getting out of bed to go to work early in the morning, and I just felt like I was like nervous to walk almost. I remember getting up and getting dressed, going to the bathroom, just, getting ready for work basically. And I just felt like, oh my God, like it's got worse. Like I didn't think it could get worse, but it got worse. And I remember feeling very just not like myself, like mentally not like myself. Physically, of course, I felt very just odd, like a foggy headed feeling, very like lethargic, like had no energy, had no like ambition. It almost made me feel like not emotional, but it made me feel like kind of sad feeling a little bit, only because I felt like I was getting worse, and I thought, oh my god, like I've already been dealing with this for a week. I took the muscle relaxer, like it didn't help. Like what else can I do, basically? You know what I mean? Like I had been taking Tylenol here and there, but that doesn't help because it's not strong enough, and I don't want to like take it all the time. So anyways, that Thursday was a really, really rough day at work. I did not do too much, obviously. And it took a long time. Like I want to say it was like mid-afternoon until I kind of felt that the muscle relaxer kind of like just got out of my system, I guess. And obviously I did not take it that night. I didn't take it anymore since then. So also that week I had already previously scheduled for my epidural class, which is done at the hospital where I'll deliver. So that was nice to kind of walk in there and kind of see it for the first time, because our hospital, they just added a brand new like addition basically for like women, babies, and children, like NICU, neonatal unit, and like the whole area of like where you deliver is brand new. And I had never even been in the building because it's obviously brand new. It's right next to the other hospital. Like I think they're still connected pretty much, and it's the same thing, but it's a whole new, like completely brand new building basically. So I had never been in it, so it's nice to kind of like go in there and kind of see what it looked like and kind of understand where I would go and things like that, kind of get a little more familiar. So anyways, I had that epidural class that week, and just basically if you don't take the class and listen to what they have to say and like give them, I guess basically your name, I had to give all my information. I had to give them like my insurance and like contact, which was my husband. I just had to fill like pretty much basic paperwork while I was there. I literally almost missed the class because I parked out front. Like I said, I had never been there before and I didn't know really where the room was. So I just kind of walked in like the front door of the hospital pretty much, of the new addition. And so I had to park really far away, and at that point, like I said, my back was still hurting, so I was walking like super, super slow, and I was really uncomfortable, and I wasn't sure where to go, and it took me, I don't even know, honestly. I should have got there way early because I didn't realize how long it would take me to like get up there, pretty much, like get in the hospital and get to the room where the class was at. And it took me probably like 20 minutes to walk where I needed to go. And the class had already started, so I missed a little bit of it. But obviously I got to meet the person that does the epidurals, the one that gives the class pretty much, and another nurse. And I gave them all my information, filled out all the paperwork that I needed to do. So I'm really glad that I did that, even though I was in a lot of pain. I honestly wanted to cancel it and not go, but I was afraid of like, you know, I don't know how often they have these. And I didn't know if I'd be able to go to the next one or if they're already booked, so I just kind of like pushed through it and went to it. So I'm glad I did, even though in the moment it was not enjoyable to walk like all through the parking lot and through the hospital and all that. So a couple people even stopped me because they're like, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, I think they thought I maybe was like walking into the hospital because of like I was pregnant and I was in pain because I was just walking super slow. And not trying to like move around. I was like really stiff. Like one person asked if they wanted me to get a wheelchair or all this kind of stuff, and I said no. I said I'm just trying to go to the epidural class. So which was kind of funny looking back. I mean, I guess I can understand, but at the time, like, it was in a lot of pain, so I was just trying to, you know, just do my best and get to the class to hear the information, because if you do not go to an epidural class and sign the papers and watch the video and hear what they have to say, you cannot get an epidural, or if you still want to, you have to do all that at the hospital, like right before you deliver. So, I mean, if you didn't have time or something happened, then they can't sign you off to have the epidural. So I just knew it was really, really important. That's why I just kind of like pushed through and, you know, basically just did it even though I was in pain that day. So anyway, so I got that done that week. And on a brighter note of that week, it started to get kind of cool. Here in Florida, it doesn't get cold that much, so I don't have a lot of like winter clothes pretty much, or fall clothes, because it could be 85 degrees any time of the year pretty much. So I did go that week and get some like winter clothes pretty much. I didn't get a lot just because I know that I'm not going to need maternity clothes forever, and I didn't know how much I would use it. Like I said, our weather is not cold. I mean, we have a few days here and there, or, you know, we might have like a little bit, but it's nothing serious. And I can still wear like jackets and coats and things like that, but I needed like a new pair of pants, like jeans that I got, and a couple like longer, thicker shirts. So I got them at the Motherhood Maternity Store, which I like. It's in my town, so it's very convenient. I just went like one day and just knew I had to get something and I got it. So anyways, I got these jeans. They are Indigo Blue is the brand. I got them in a size large because I had got other jeans in mediums and shirts and things like that, but I just felt like I needed something for like the last month or so, and I really just didn't know like how much you would grow. And honestly, my back was still hurting. I did not try any of these on. I told the woman, I said, do they run big? Do they run small? And she said they run, you know, average to small. So that's why I kind of sized up to the large because I wanted to be safe. I didn't want to have to come back and exchange and whatever. So they fit me fine. I honestly probably would have got a medium if I tried them on because the like obviously the waistband part, it's like maternity. It's really stretchy. There's no zipper, there's no buttons, whatever. It does have like fake pockets in the front, fake zipper, and then in the back it has real pockets, and they're just basic. They're just like dark blue, no holes, no tears, no anything, and they kind of taper down to like skinny, and they're really, really stretchy, like all the way down. I like them. They're super comfortable. There's nothing wrong with them. I've worn them a few times. I do like them. But the only thing I noticed is that, like, after you're walking a while, not the stomach area, because this kind of is, you know, it kind of stays in place pretty well, but like this part down here where the actual like jean stretchy material is, after like, I don't know, you know, you're walking a while, I feel like it kind of goes down, down, down. So I kind of have to just like pull it up like from this part. Which is fine. I mean, they kind of feel like leggings just because they are super stretchy. Like I said, I've worn them, dried them, whatever. So, I don't know if they... probably should have got a medium. But anyway, so I got 2 shirts. I think they were on sale. Like I said, I didn't try any of this on. I wasn't feeling that good that week. And so they had a sale and I just, you know, got what I needed to get and got out of there pretty much. This is from the Motherhood Maternity Store. It's a size medium. It's pretty basic. It's just long sleeve, like dark green. Higher collar, just pretty basic. The only thing that I really liked about it was the sleeves. They're long and they're loose, and they're bell sleeves, and they have a tie, like it scrunches, so you can kind of make it like tighter, like how it came, or if you loosened it to make like a really big bell sleeve. And I didn't have anything that was like this dark green color, so I thought that was nice for like fall, winter, you know, like Christmas time, stuff like that. Another shirt, this is my Motherhood Maternity, size large. I really like this one, just because it was different. It's also long sleeve, of course, and this one actually has like the gathering on the side, like how most maternity clothes are. That one didn't have it for some reason, but this does. It's navy blue, as you can see, has a few buttons, and I really like the back of it. If you can see, like the back, just the top of it, just to give a little detail, just to have something different so you're not just wearing like a plain shirt. And then it's long sleeve. It's kind of like that thermal feeling. And it's more tighter on the arms. That one's super loose. And then like down, like the lower half of it, it kind of scrunches. The way it's not like super loose on your wrist, it kind of like gathers more, which I like. That way you're not like getting your sleeves on everything. But yeah, I like them. They're all on sale. I don't have the receipt. But I just remember them being on sale, and I just wanted to go in there and get some clothes for like the cooler weather and just to kind of last me like I said, the last month or so of pregnancy, because I had some jeans, but I didn't have any like, they didn't have tears in them. Like the other ones have just a little tear by the knee and they're more cropped. So I wanted something that went all the way down to wear with like winter shoes or just a different style, and that didn't have any holes in it. And then I didn't have any long sleeve maternity shirts, so I got those that were kind of a little bit more thicker that I didn't have to wear with like a jacket or sweater. I could just wear them by themselves pretty much. So also that week I had my really good friend's wedding shower. It's the wedding that I've mentioned before that I'm in January, not long after I'm due. And she had her wedding shower, which was co-ed, so my husband went with me. They live probably an hour away. And so that's where the shower was, about an hour away. And that was Saturday, I believe. Yes, it was Saturday that week. And so that was nice to kind of get dressed up. I had, it was nice just to get your hair and makeup ready, you know, have a nice dress. I had my dress that I had worn a couple times before that was maternity. And that everyone really loved it. They complimented me and said how good I looked and things like that. So that just made me feel good to like still like be able to go out and do things with my friends and celebrate my friend that is getting married. And it was just a good day overall. And by then my back started to get a little, like my lower back that had issues for the last couple weeks, started to get a little bit better. Like I said, it was a really, really slow process. But at that point, I could tell like every day was a little bit less pain, which was great. Just because I had dealt with it for like almost 2 weeks at that point. So anyway, so we celebrated her and her fiance at her wedding shower. And then the next day, I remember coming home. Like I said, I felt a little bit better. So I washed all the baby clothes that we got at the shower. Of course, like blankets and bibs, swaddles, like the socks, the hats, anything that needed to be washed, like that was a fabric, like the crib sheets, like everything that we got. It was a ton of stuff. Like, I'm so thankful. We got so many gifts from different people, friends, family, everybody. Like, so that's it pretty much for weeks 34. And it was an exciting week because I did have my OE appointment, which was my last one to go every 2 weeks. And then I had my friend's wedding shower and just kind of getting the nursery, like now that it's becoming closer and closer, like organizing all his clothes and his shoes and all the gifts that we got. And my back starting to feel a little bit better every day. So it was a really good week overall, and obviously a lot going on like always. So that's exciting. For weeks 35, my back continued to get a little bit better every day. Thank goodness. I did start to work out again. That I didn't mention it, but the week before, the last 2 weeks before that, I did not work out because of like the pain in my back, and I just didn't want to risk anything. And I mean, if you're in pain, like, you really should not be working out if it's that bad, like how I felt. So anyways, week 35, I was able to work out, being very, very cautious. And I only did like upper body. Like, I did arms, chest. I don't think I did back. Even though it was my like low back, like almost like hips and butt area. I don't think I did back that week, but I did arms, like shoulders, biceps, triceps, chest. And I did not do any cardio just because it still like hurt and did not feel comfortable when I walked, because when you're moving your hips, and that's like right there by your lower back where it was like hurting on my left side. So I just kind of eased my way back into it, being like a little bit more active and physical at the gym, and just in general, of course. So anyway, that week, like the last week before that, like I said, I had washed all the baby clothes and blankets and just everything you need for the baby, of course. And so I finally went out and got hangers, because I literally had them like stacked up by size. Like, I had like newborn pile. I think I had 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 9 to 12. So we got a pretty good variety, which I was surprised. I thought most people would buy like newborn or like 0 to 3, but we got all the way up to like 9 to 12. I mean, we didn't get a ton, but we still got, you know, a few, which was nice to have a kind of variety. Just to start off with. So I got a ton of hangers. I went to Target. I got them, and then I came back and I organized them in his closet. So I organized everything in his closet. I had the little, like, I don't know what you call them, but they hang up where the hangers are, and they say the size. Like, it said like 0 to 3, like I said, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, and then 9 to 12. So I did that, and so I kind of categorized them with all of his outfits. And then all the things that were newborns, I put actually in the dresser. Like, we have a dresser that has like 6 drawers, which dresser, changing table, like same thing pretty much. And so I organized all his drawers. So all of like the newborn sleepers and onesies and stuff that I know we're going to need like right off the bat, of course, I put that in like the top dresser drawer. And I kind of put a couple little newborn socks, newborn little mittens, and I think I put a couple hats, just stuff that we're going to need to like grab right then pretty much, that we don't need to be hanging up, just because, I mean, once we're home with the baby, I assume we're going to be going through a lot of clothes, and I don't want to have to worry about what size is this, what is it. So I organized it by like swaddlers, and then I did like sleepers, and I did like tops and bottoms, and I just organized it all. And I did all the other dresser stuff, like changing stuff, bath stuff, extra blankets, sheets. Anyways, you get the picture. I organized the closet and all of like the dresser / changing table too. Also that week, the end of that week, I started to notice like my hands and my feet got swollen. Like, it had started a little bit like the week or so before, but I noticed it was pretty much like every day now. Like, I would come home from work, or I'd just be doing stuff around the house on the weekends, or just anything. I would notice that like especially around my ankles, that was like the first like really, really noticeable place. Like, if you wear like ankle socks or like really low socks, you can kind of see that your ankle's like puffy outside of the sock. And I noticed that my shoes started to feel tight, like around my feet. And obviously my wedding ring and all my other rings, like, they were fitting really, really tight. Like, I don't wear a lot of rings, but obviously I'm not wearing them now. But like my wedding ring, like it would go on, but it was like super tight. And I was almost nervous to like, oh my God, what if it was so tight that I couldn't get it off? Or, you know, it just felt like uncomfortable. So basically by like the end of that week, I was like barely wearing any of my rings. Certain shoes I would know not to wear. They were like tighter heels or like tighter like boots. But of course, like, I can wear flip-flops and tennis shoes and stuff like has a little bit more stretch to it pretty much. But anyway, so also I started to notice I got heartburn off and on, which I know is super common with pregnancy. I had it a little bit like weeks and weeks ago. I can't remember what week, but I did have it in the past, and I kind of just try to be careful and just like be cautious of what I'm eating. Like if I eat something that's super heavy, which I try not to anyway, but if I was to have something that was like fried or like red sauce or something that had a little bit of spice to it, or just anything that I noticed, I would just back away from it. I'm like, okay, it's not worth it. I don't want to have heartburn late at night and it wakes you up, and I just don't like that feeling of like that burning sensation in my throat, because I had never had heartburn like before I was pregnant, so it's just an uncomfortable feeling. But it was off and on, not terrible, not complaining, but I just remember putting that in my book. Also that week was Thanksgiving. I know that this video is going up right now, but I kind of got a little behind when my back was hurting. I just did not feel like doing anything, especially like sitting down talking about a video, and I just kind of took it easy for a couple weeks. So I'm just now trying to like catch up on everything. So that week was actually Thanksgiving, and we hosted it at our house. So we don't host it on Thanksgiving Day, but so Thanksgiving's on a Thursday, obviously. We hosted it at our house on a Saturday, so like, you know, 2 days after. So I had some of my family and my husband's family. They came over, and we do like the turkey and the ham and like a couple dishes and like dessert, and then everyone brings like all the sides and more dessert. So everybody kind of pitches in, which was nice, but still, you know, if you host anything at your house for whatever reason, small or big, you still have to like prep your house. So I had to like make sure I had all like the stuff to cook with. I wanted the house to be clean, and then like of course I wanted to make sure we had decorations out for like fall and Thanksgiving, and we had to set up a bunch of tables outside because we had a lot of people over. So it's just kind of like the prep work, which by then my back was getting a little better, but still, you know, not 100% obviously. But anyways, all the work was worth it. We had a really great time. It was nice to have like family over from both sides, because I'm due basically like on Christmas. I'm due the 23rd of December. So I could be like at the hospital on Christmas, or like we're barely leaving the hospital right on Christmas around. So I just don't know if I'll be able to see like a ton of family like on Christmas. So it was nice to have, like, at least we had Thanksgiving and everyone got to see us and we got to see them, and it was just nice. Like, the work was worth it, and you know, it's just nice to have family over pretty much to celebrate Thanksgiving and just to kind of be together. So anyways, also at the end of that week, I just remember ordering a ton of stuff for myself for the hospital and for the baby. I looked up a lot of other YouTube videos. I Googled, I asked like my friends and my family, like, what do I need to like take to the hospital? Like the legit hospital bag, like what should I take pretty much? Because I was thinking like, okay, I kind of need to like get ready now that the nursery's kind of set up and organized somewhat. I need to like really figure out like what I need for myself and what does the baby need like going to the hospital. So I ordered a bunch of stuff online, Amazon Prime, thank God. Got some stuff in person. So getting things rolling in the right direction and just getting ready for the baby, myself. So that's pretty much everything that's happened in weeks 34 and 35. I hope you guys liked this video. And if you did, please comment below and say hello. It's really just nice to connect and meet other moms that are like either expecting or already have kids, or you know, they're just new to the whole experience. And I just love like connecting with other people, and it's always great to get to know someone that's kind of going through the same thing, or has gone through the same thing, I guess I should say. So anyways, I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.